You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports. Well, we're going to talk about Rachel Richardson and her juicy smoothie Bubba Wallace race hoax, because it seems the actual university, BYU, has ruled that there was no racial slur used during the Duke-BYU volleyball game. Imagine that. Let's take a look at this, because their investigation is officially over. And just like we all suspected, we could smell BS. BYU's investigation finds no evidence of fans hurling racial slurs at Duke's Rachel Richardson. Well, imagine that. BYU conducted an investigation looking into allegations made by Duke volleyball player Rachel Richardson that fans hurled racial slurs, in which there would have been a stop in time and everybody and their mama would have turned around and looked directly at the person that said it, but that didn't happen. There, I cleaned all that up. BYU conducted an investigation looking into allegations made by Duke volleyball player Rachel Richardson that fans hurled racial slurs at her during a match on August 26th. The university's investigation found no evidence, in bold letters, to support Richardson's allegations. The investigation's conclusion comes as countless holes have been discovered in regard to the severe allegations made by Richardson. Just wondering, hey Duke, are you going to do anything about this? Are you going to reprimand this player? Are you going to kick this player off the team for making up a race hoax? National media, are you going to apologize for having this person all over the media sphere spreading bullshit lies? Just wondering. National media outlets blindly supported Richardson's claims without doing any research. Of course they did. They didn't want to know the truth. And now BYU states that there is zero evidence of any racial slurs. Rachel Richardson's story is falling apart. During the match, Richardson said she had heard racial slurs while serving in front of the Cougars student section. Richardson told Duke coach Jolene Nagel of these alleged slurs. Nagel then addressed the allegations with BYU coach Heather Homestead. A police officer and ushers immediately went into the student section. Richardson claimed later that she heard more intense slurs during the fourth set of the match. BYU proceeded to ban a fan who is not a student after Duke alleged the fan had used the N-word. BYU dropped that ban on Friday. Good. An officer stationed in the arena previously said that the fan likely had been special needs, and he was not yelling anything inappropriate at Duke players. Awesome. BYU's investigation finds no evidence supporting Richardson's racism allegations. The university's investigation, including interviews with more than 50 eyewitnesses, including players from both teams. The Duke players didn't even back her allegations. And athletic department staff. BYU also stated it extensively reviewed video and audio from the match. Quote, from our extensive review, we have not found any evidence to corroborate the allegation that fans engaged in racial heckling or uttered a racial slur at the event. BYU's statement read in part, as we stated earlier, we would not tolerate any conduct that would make a student athlete feel unsafe. That is the reason for our immediate response and our thorough investigation. BYU also addressed those who will inevitably say it was selective in investigation. Quote, there will be some who assume we are selective in our review. To the contrary, we have tried to be as thorough as possible in our investigation, and we renew our invitation for anyone with evidence contrary to our findings to come forward and share it. Despite being unable to find supporting evidence of racial slurs In the many recordings and interviews, we hope that all those involved will understand our sincere efforts to ensure that all student athletes competing at BYU feel safe. Outside of Richardson's godmother, who has a laundry list worth of racist rhetoric on social media, not one person corroborated her story. BYU went into desperation mode following the allegations in order to avoid backlash from the liberal media who screamed racism without evidence. By the way, so did a bunch of other schools, including South Carolina, looking at you. You can't blame the university given the current state of the country, but the fact is BYU conducted a by-the-book investigation to find that Richardson's allegations were bogus. Well, yeah, I can't blame them. They don't immediately have to buy every bullshit story that comes along. Duke and Vice President Director of Athletics Nina King released a statement in responses to BYU's investigation. King's statement in no way addresses Richardson's allegations or BYU's finding, but included hashtag hate won't live here. The 18 members of the Duke University volleyball team are exceptionally strong women who represent themselves, their families, and Duke with the utmost integrity, the statement reads. We unequivocally stand with and champion them, especially when character is called into question. Duke Athletics believes in respect, equality, and inclusiveness, and we do not tolerate hate and bias. That's great, but let's scroll back up to this. The university's investigation once again included interviews with more than 50 eyewitnesses, including players from both teams and athletic department staff. So, Duke, you can release your little statement, but your very own players did not back Rachel Richardson's claims. There you go. I mean, that's all there is to it. We got another Bubba Wallace, another Juicy Smollett. What was it that Dave Chappelle said? Clearly, that dude was lying. Here we go. Fake race hoax. And the thing about it is, and I don't understand, as soon as I heard that, I was like, it's a bullshit story. That quick. I mean, is Dawn Staley going to do something about all those games that she canceled? Just wondering. Or the BYU games that she canceled in basketball? Just wondering. South Carolina was supposed to play BYU, and she reached out there and canceled those games. It's funny. Just wondering, will any of the actual mainstream media report that BYU found no racism? By the way, once again, the fan is no longer banned from these games. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.